Ever wondered how one man could alter the course of history and still remain an enigma? Today we delve into the life of one such individual, Julius Caesar. Born into an aristocratic Roman family, he rose to become one of the most powerful men in history, yet he remains shrouded in mystery. Julius Caesar, a name synonymous with power, leadership, and strategy, has left an indelible mark on the world. His life was a whirlwind of victories and defeats, love and betrayal, power and loss. He was a military genius, a charismatic leader, a skilled politician, and a man of the people. He transformed the Roman Republic into the Roman Empire, setting the stage for Rome's golden age. Yet, despite his immense influence, he remains an enigma, a puzzle waiting to be solved. Some see him as a ruthless dictator, others as a visionary reformer. Some say he was a man of the people, others assert he was a power-hungry autocrat. These contrasting views only add to the intrigue surrounding his life. Even his death, a brutal assassination on the Ides of March, is the subject of countless debates and speculations. This video aims to unravel the complexities of Julius Caesar's life. We will explore his humble beginnings, his rise to power, his reign, and the rebellion that led to his downfall. We will examine his strategies, his relationships, his victories, and his failures. We will try to understand the man behind the legend, the enigma that is Julius Caesar. His story is not just a tale of power and politics. It's about ambition and fear, love and hate, triumph and tragedy. It's about a man who dared to dream, who dared to challenge the status quo, who dared to change the world. And in doing so, he became a legend. So who exactly was this man who became a legend? Join us on this journey as we attempt to decode the enigma of Julius Caesar. Let's step back in time to an era of gladiators and emperors, of epic battles and grand victories, of love, betrayal and power. Let's uncover the story of Julius Caesar. Born in 100 BC, Julius Caesar did not hail from a life of luxury. Instead, he was born into a modest family, part of the patrician class, but not particularly affluent or influential. His father was an unsung hero of Rome, a man of the law who quietly served his fellow citizens. His mother, Aurelia, was a woman of strong character, instilling in young Julius values of determination and resilience. Growing up in the Subura district, a bustling, crowded area of Rome, Caesar's childhood was far from the grandeur we associate with his name today. His family home was simple, and his upbringing, though dignified, was not extravagant. Yet, even in his youth, there were signs of the ambition and leadership that would define his life. He showed an unusual eagerness for knowledge and a keen interest in Rome's political affairs. But little did the world know, this young man was destined for greatness. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, Julius Caesar began his ascent to power. In the bustling heart of Rome, a young Julius Caesar was making his mark in the political arena. His journey was not one of privilege, but one of strategy, alliances, and unyielding determination. The Roman political ladder was a steep and treacherous one, but Caesar had a vision, one that saw him standing at the pinnacle. Caesar's political career was a series of calculated moves and advantageous alliances. He began as a military tribune, a position that provided him with the first taste of political power. From there, he climbed to the office of quaestor, and then to aedile, and then to praetor. With each position, Caesar gained more influence, more connections, more power. But his rise was not just about titles. It was about his vision for Rome, his innovative leadership style that was unlike any other. He was a man of the people, championing policies that benefited the common Roman citizen. He introduced agrarian laws, redistributing public lands to the poor, a move that won him the hearts of many. His alliances too were strategic and powerful. The first triumvirate, a political alliance with Pompey the Great and Crassus, was one such move. It was an alliance that propelled him to the position of consul, the highest political office in Rome. His crowning achievement, however, came after his victorious campaign in Gaul. He returned to Rome as a hero, his reputation bolstered by his military successes. His popularity soared, and it was during this time that he was appointed dictator, a position of absolute power. But with great power comes great responsibility, and Caesar was no stranger to this. He knew that his position was precarious, that there were those who would seek to bring him down. But he was not deterred. He was a man of ambition, a man of vision, a man who dared to dream. With each step, Caesar was steadily climbing the ladder to ultimate power. Julius Caesar, the unstoppable force, soon found himself at the helm of the Roman Empire. This man, who had risen from humble beginnings, now controlled one of the most powerful civilizations in history. But with great power comes great responsibility, and Caesar was acutely aware of this. As a dictator, Caesar was not just a figurehead. He was a dynamic force, introducing a series of reforms that would shape the Roman Empire for centuries to come. He restructured the Roman calendar, introduced measures to alleviate Rome's debt crisis, and embarked on ambitious public works projects. His actions were not just for show. They were aimed at improving the lives of the Roman citizens, the very people who had put their faith in him, and the people loved him for it. They saw in Caesar a leader who cared for them, who was willing to challenge the status quo for their benefit. He was hailed as a hero, a champion of the masses. Streets buzzed with his name, and his popularity soared. But not everyone was pleased with Caesar's rise. Among the marble halls and grand senate chambers, discontent was brewing. The senators, the so-called noble men of Rome, saw in Caesar a threat to their power and influence. They feared his popularity among the people. They worried about his growing authority, and most of all, they despised his refusal to play by their rules. Their fear turned into resentment, resentment into a conspiracy. The very men who had once cheered Caesar on his rise to power were now plotting his downfall. They whispered in hushed tones, planned in secret meetings, and waited for the right moment to strike. But Caesar, ever the astute leader, was not blind to the undercurrents of discontent. He knew the dangers that came with his position, but he also knew that his work was not yet done. He had a vision for Rome, and he was determined to see it through, whatever the cost. But as the saying goes, heavy is the head that wears the crown. The winds of change were blowing, and they carried with them a chilling prophecy. As the calendar flipped closer to the 15th of March, whispers of doom echoed through the marble halls of Rome. Julius Caesar, the man who seemed invincible, was walking on a dangerous tightrope. A prophecy, as unsettling as the cold Roman winds, warned Caesar of the Ides of March. The seer Spurina, with his sight into the veiled future, foresaw a great peril. Yet, Caesar, in his iron will and perhaps hubris, chose to dismiss the warning. His trusted allies, Brutus and Cassius, were weaving a web of deceit. Their loyalty, once as strong as the Roman pillars, crumbled under the weight of ambition and fear. Caesar, tragically unaware of the impending betrayal, was walking into a deadly trap. And so, on the Ides of March, Julius Caesar, the man who was once invincible, fell. His fall marked not just an end, but the beginning of a new chapter in Rome's tumultuous history. Though Caesar's life was cut short, his legacy was far from over. The aftershocks of his death sent ripples through the fabric of Rome, forever altering the course of history. A power vacuum was left in the wake of his demise, setting the stage for the rise of the Roman Empire. His adopted heir, Octavian, would go on to become Augustus, the first emperor of Rome, and under his rule, Rome would flourish into a golden age of peace and prosperity. Caesar's influence was not merely confined to the political sphere. He introduced sweeping reforms that changed the lives of the Roman people. The Julian calendar, named in his honor, was a testament to his vision and ingenuity. This calendar, with minor modifications, is the very one we still use today. In the realm of language, the Latin phrase veni, vidi, vici, attributed to Caesar, continues to resonate. Translated as I came, I saw, I conquered, it is a potent symbol of audacity and triumph, embodying the spirit of Caesar himself. But Caesar's legacy extends beyond Rome, reaching into the annals of literature and popular culture. His life and death have been immortalized by the likes of William Shakespeare, whose tragedy, Julius Caesar, stands as a timeless exploration of ambition, betrayal, and power. Even today, Caesar's story is retold in movies, TV shows, and books, his name synonymous with authority and leadership. Yet it's not just his accomplishments that have echoed through time, but also the manner of his death. The Ides of March, the day of his assassination, serves as a stark reminder of the perils of unchecked power and the inevitable consequences of political ambition. Julius Caesar, a man of many facets, continues to live on, shaping our understanding of leadership, power, and destiny. His story, laden with triumph and tragedy, ambition and betrayal, is a testament to the indelible imprint one man can leave on history, forever shaping the world as we know it.